their children to whatever age they gonna put them in a circus to perform. And they have these chains on their feet. And when they take the chains off, the elephant doesn't even realize that the chains are off. So he listened to everything that the little circus runner is telling him, because he still feel like he chained. And I feel like sometimes as the African American community, that's how we feel, that we still have these chains on us, and we don't. We've been free. And don't get me wrong, like, it's not going to be perfect. And I feel like people always miss the point of, and this is what they teach us in school. I'm not trying to debate about it or nothing. I mean, you could leave comments, but because from what they teach us in school, some people came from Britain and they almost raped out, excuse me, they almost wiped out a whole, the Native Americans, and they didn't want to listen to whatever they had going on in Britain. And I'm paraphrasing it. So they came to America, stole, not discovered this land, and they made it what they wanted to be. So of course everything is not going to be the way that we want it. But don't keep looking at the fact that it sucks. Because those same people, like how some of our ancestors, like I said, their wildest dream was to be free. Some of their ancestors would never believe that we are free. Some of their ancestors never would think about people of all colors, brown, women that's in power. We have a female vice president. But it shouldn't have took that for you to tell your daughter that you could be president. White man didn't do that. You still got them, my opinion, still got them chains on us. And I truly believe the hood is no good for nobody. It's no good. It's different if we go back and make things a community. But everybody is living for their people now. Whoever in your household or your family. It don't work for nobody, because we don't occupy this land by ourselves. I say it all the time. You're not living in the hood by yourself. The worst thing the hood teach you is to mind your business. You know, when people are doing whatever in their households, you got molested and stuff and little different things running around, or you know, a child going to bed hungry, or you know their parents is not able to take care of them right. First thing gonna come out your mouth is, "It's not my business." Why is it not your business? So what if that child or that person grow up to be a serial killer, or they grow up to do something with their life, and all you see is their skin color? You say, "Why you not trying to help your people? My people ain't trying to help me." Then they wrong. Then they forgot where they came from, but they remember where they came from. They minding their business. Don't get me wrong, it's not like that everywhere. It's a dangerous thought process that you give people. You hear a gunshot or a scream or something in the hood, 9 times out of 10 you like it's normal. Ain't nothing normal about that. It should never be normalized. Oh, that's just them such and such. I feel like we have so much power to be whatever we want to be. We have so much power to be changed. But if you keep looking at, like I say, I don't talk like that. I'm saying, quote unquote, the white man keeping us down. Or take it from your kids. you're going to stay where you at. And if you don't look at yourself like, so I said finances, we went on, I say the system, say communication in the African American household. I feel like a child should be able to express themselves without, don't get me wrong, it should be respectful, but they should be able to express themselves and not be judged. They should be able to tell you how they're feeling without you saying, or your feelings being hurt. Don't get me wrong, like, we human. But everything that a child says is not disrespectful. Sometimes it might hurt your feelings because the child doesn't understand what's going on. But if you teach a child that their opinion is not valid until they reach a certain age, and then they go on and teach their children that, and then you got a dude or a woman that comes along to your 14, 15-year-old child and pretends to listen, and he 21, 25, something like that. Now you sitting up there looking like, why is my child with a pedophile though? Why don't my child know any better? That person may have felt like that was important, like their feelings was important. And me and you know they don't mean no well for them. They reach out with a drug dealer that let them express their feelings or whatever. Now your son or your daughter in the street. You can't blame that on the white man. Let your kids talk to you. Let them have their opinions without it being disrespectful. Teach them how to. But I can't even say that because there's a lot of us that do not know how to communicate. But you could learn together. Because what I hate sometimes about the African American community is that you teach your kids how to adapt to you, but you swear it's like, oh, it's gonna be like this in the real world. It's gonna be like that in the real world. That's not always true. You'll knock a kid for being naive about something, but you won't sit there and talk to him about it. Because you want them to stay in a child's place. Who you prepping them for? Because by the time they grow up, and some of the trauma, you never know how your children is interpreting what you're saying. Or your nieces and nephews or whoever is interpreting what you're saying. By the time they grow up, they might not even want to listen to you. They might not care what you're talking about. So let's do healthy communication in African American household. Talk to your kids. It's okay. Because I hate to see people with kids that do this stuff. They'll be like, my kids' bills is paid for. They could get anything they ask for. But I ain't trying to pick on people with kids by no means. Like they said, I don't have none, so you can't say nothing. I hate that. But it may be true. But teach your kids communication. Let their emotions be valid. Because if you ignore your kids' emotion, you get older